If you run a distribution business or a dealership, you already know the deal. Complexity isn't just a word. It's pretty much your silent business partner, right? You're not just moving boxes, you're orchestrating this massive, complex network. So today, we're going to talk about how to take all that chaos and transform it into a smooth, powerful operating system for your business.
All right, here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll tackle the big problem, what I'm calling the distributor's dilemma. Then we'll introduce the solution, your financial command center. From there, we'll see some automation in action, look at how to build out the full ecosystem, and finally, we'll wrap up by seeing how this all shifts you from just managing a supply chain to creating a strategic value chain.
So, let's just get real for a second. The complexity we're talking about, it isn't some small hiccup. For most distributors, it's a daily battle, a constant grind.
I mean, really think about it. Does it feel like every single order, every shipment, every decision you make just has this extra layer of difficulty bolted onto it? If you're nodding along right now, trust me, you are in the right place.
I'm willing to bet this slide looks painfully familiar. You're trying to manage, dozens of different price lists, one for your platinum dealers, another for your regular wholesale guys, a third for new partners, all while your store's head is pulling their hair out, trying to figure out what stock is in which warehouse. And your accounts head, they're living in constant fear that one tiny typo on an invoice could completely erase your already paper-thin margins. It's this constant juggling act, and it's exhausting. You know, this really shows the two roads you can go down. The traditional way is all about being reactive. It's endless manual data entry, systems that don't talk to each other, and just constant fighting. But the modern way, the path we're talking about today, that's all about being proactive. It's about swapping out that chaos for smart automation and a connected system that actually gives you strategic control.
So how do we actually make that leap? Well, it starts with building the core of the solution, which I like to call your financial command center.
And here's the key mindset shift. You have to stop thinking of this as just another piece of accounting software. Zoho Books is something different. It was literally built for the unique, messy, complex world of high-volume distribution. Think of it less like a calculator and more like the central nervous system for your entire operation.
And really, that's what this is all about. It's about elevating your role. It's about getting you and your key people, like your accounts head, out of the weeds of manual data entry so you can focus on the big picture decisions that actually grow the company.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like day to day? Let's dive into automation in action and see how it really simplifies things. Now, this is where the magic really happens for your sales and accounts teams. Picture this. One of your top dealers places an order. You don't do a thing. The system instantly knows who they are, automatically applies their special platinum dealer pricing, calculates all the right taxes, and shoots out a perfect invoice. Instantly. This alone can slash your order processing time because the risk of human error, it just vanishes. I love this quote. It just perfectly sums up the power of this next piece of the puzzle. It's all about building a business that keeps working even when you aren't. The B2B Customer Portal. Honestly, it's a total game changer. Think about it. Instead of dealers blowing up your sales team's phones asking, hey, do you have this in stock or what's my price on that? You just empower them. You give them their own private branded login where they can see their specific prices, check real-time inventory, and place orders whenever they want, day or night. This is a huge win-win. Your dealers feel empowered and your team is freed up to do more important work.
But look, to really take charge of your market, one tool, even a great one, is never enough. We have to look bigger. We have to talk about building a full ecosystem that goes way beyond simple bookkeeping.
Because the truth is, when you have a bunch of standalone tools, you just create silos of information. The real power, the real efficiency, comes when you have a synchronized platform where every single piece is talking to every other piece seamlessly. And this is what that ecosystem looks like. You've got Zoho Books as the financial core. That's the command center for your accounts head. Then Zoho Inventory gives that end-to-end stock control your stores and commercial department desperately need. Zoho CRM is all about empowering your sales team out in the field. And then Zoho Analytics sits on top of everything, giving you the clear intelligence you need to make smarter decisions. Let's be clear. For any serious distribution business, Zoho Inventory is just non-negotiable. It's the tool that lets your store's head manage stock across multiple locations without going crazy. It's what handles that super critical batch and serial number tracking you need for things like warranties. And, super importantly, it's the engine that actually powers that 24/7 B2B portal we were just talking about. And then you have analytics. This is how you finally move from I think to I know. You can finally get that dealer performance report you've always wanted to see. You can instantly spot which products are just sitting on a shelf collecting dust and costing you money. You're managing by fact, not just gut feelings.
So what does this all add up to? When you put all the pieces together, what's the ultimate payoff? Well, it's about making a fundamental shift from being a supply chain to becoming a value chain. At the end of the day, it really just boils down to this one simple, powerful idea. You're getting rid of that messy patchwork of spreadsheets, random emails, and disconnected apps, and you're replacing it all with one unified operating system for your entire business.
And this might be the most important idea of all. See, a supply chain is reactive. It's just about getting a box from point A to point B. A value chain, on the other hand, is proactive. It's about strategically adding value at every single step of the process, making things better for you, for your team, and for your dealers.
What you're really doing is building a whole new infrastructure for your business. And it's an infrastructure that is 1, scalable, so it can grow right alongside you. 2, it's simple, so it frees your team from complexity. And 3, it is fundamentally built for growth, not just for survival. So let's just wrap up with this thought. All the features and tools, they're great, but they're not really the point. The real question is this. Once all that day-to-day complexity is handled, once all that data is right at your fingertips, what does that free you up to do? What new markets could you go after? How much faster could your business grow? That's the real power of moving from chaos to control.